Welcome back to the WeAreChange talk show. Thank you for joining me. I've taken a couple of weeks to focus on some financially viable projects that are going to help keep the lights on here at WeAreChange. If you'd like to help support that, a donation to the Patreon account would be very much appreciated. Now, the topic of illegal human organ harvesting has been brought to WeAreChange, so we hit the streets to do an interview to cover this in detail. Let's cross to that now.
So we're here getting petitions signed as to raise awareness about organ harvesting in China and how it affects Australia. And I'm a part of Falun Gong. I practice the meditation, and I've gotten such great benefits from it. And I've seen firsthand the horrors of what China has done through people I've met and documentaries that have come out exposing this. And there's quite a number of organisations now that are raising awareness about this. And so we're trying to get the government to change the law.
And it's even came to light that doctors are pressuring families to pull the plug on patients that are on life support prematurely so they can harvest those organs. That's what you're familiar with as well, Stuart.
Well, I know it even goes a step further where the families just don't even know where the family is. You know, this is the government is telling them that we don't know where they are, but they actually have them. They're not reporting on what's going on. The people are just disappearing, and we know of it's happening to many, many social groups, you know, small ethnic groups, which are several million people.
The censorship in China is outrageous as far as social media for people that want to spread this message, isn't it?
Yeah, well, the thing is they've got millions of internet police, and more than any other country in the world, and that's how they're oppressing their people through, you know, social control. Even people that are speaking out are getting censored, and then they're getting tracked, and then they disappear. So it's such a huge issue, and it affects everybody. So even people who are willing to stand up, they're getting suppressed very fast, and you've got to be very good at tech to be able to get through the Great Firewall. So we have a lot of people that have actually exposed things over the years that have gone to prison or died because of what they did. One of them hacked a large satellite and posted a video that clarified the truth about what Falun Gong is, and that guy went to jail and they killed him. So
it's absolutely shocking.
So our government is very, very aware of what's going on. At all the meetings they have with the international bodies, they do actually talk about these things behind closed doors, but the strict law with that China institutes on all the governments is to not talk about it in public and do not put it in your media. So if they want to continue trade with these countries, this is how they control the whole world through trade. So no one speaks out about them.
It's like a ghoul, isn't it, when someone's preying on someone that's unwell for their organs. It's very evil.
Yeah, it's true. And it's something that, you know, all of our manufacturing comes from these slaves too. You know, this is why we can afford to have such cheap products ordering from China, because it's all through the prison system, labour camps. Anybody that is caught for practicing Falun Gong gets put into these labour camps, and they also had their tissue and blood taken. And whenever they're matched with an organ or an organ donor, they'll have an eye taken out, a kidney taken out, and then sent back to heal in their cell, and then they'll go back into making products for anything, you know. Some of them that have actually escaped from these places, which very rarely happens. We've got many people in Australia that have escaped, and they've exposed, you know, even walking through the shops, they can't go to the shops because they can point out the products that they specifically made. And
it's very frightening, isn't it?
It's absolutely terrifying.
It's even been released that they're using aborted fetal cells in a lot of the food products
I've heard of that, yes.
that are coming out nowadays.
Yeah, and they're using for flavour enhancing all sorts of things.
That's exactly right, and they label it as a natural sweetener.
Yep.
It's very diabolical.
Yep.
And what about if someone was considering becoming an organ donor on their driver's licence? You would advise against that?
Well, I'm not sure how it would go with Australia. As far as our laws, we've changed them from training transplant doctors from China. That's as far as we've got as changing our laws. Other than that, people can still go to China. Anyone from Australia can go to China and buy an organ. This is how full on this issue is. Like, Australians are a part of this. And, you know, people think, oh, you know, I can't help, I'm just a person. You know, like, you can go talk to your representative. They have to represent you in government. People don't understand. Any of your local members, they're working for us. They are servants of the public. this is how it goes. Media recently and currently that there was a few rogue doctors from the China that weren't a part of the Chinese regime but had been a part of the organ harvesting corruption scandal. They went out on their own, they kidnapped people and they stole their organs and found buyers very quickly. It's very easy. They knew all the methods of what to do, they just followed the same protocol of what China has been doing with their government.
It's happening on an industrial scale, isn't it?
Yeah. Many millions of people have died from this. There actually is a number of countries that have actually banned the organ harvesting, in their country. Basically, what they've done is they stopped the Medicare coverage for the organ rejection meds, which is many thousands of dollars a year, and only the rich will actually continue to go there for this sort of thing. But the regular person that says, "Oh, I can spare $100,000 to save my life, to get a kidney or whatever," they will more likely not go and get an organ because of continued treatment. There's a number of docos you can look at online. They're all free to watch. One's called Hard to Believe. Another one is called Human Harvest, and they expose the crimes as well as show the evidence about what's actually going on. You can watch these at humanharvestmovie.com and hardtobelieve.com. They're award winning. There's one called Free China that's won multi awards at a global platform, not just small little indie films. Some of them are indie films, some of them are like very prestigious awards. So you can find all them online to watch for free, and it'll give you some insight about what's actually going on in the world.
We'll put links into the description for that. So you could even go missing yourself if you were to report this to a government agency.
Well, that's right. If they see you as someone that's going to expose it or cause trouble, you would disappear yourself and you would just get put into these military installations or labour camps or anything. So even if you're suspected of practicing Falun Gong, or if you're a part of a Tibetan organisation or something, the Christians are very heavily oppressed. You'll just go missing yourself, and they don't report it to your family that we've taken you or we have you. You're just gone.
It's very frightening. Well, I thank you for approaching WeAreChange and spreading this urgent message.
Thanks a lot.
And I hope we can get some resolution to this in the future.
No worries. Thanks so
Thank
much.
you.
Well, that does it for another episode of the WeAreChange talk show. We'll leave you with some footage that was taken recently of law enforcement and film crews working together to create the TV show Highway Patrol. WeAreChange was also on the scene that day. Catch you later, guys.
Hey. Lights, camera, action down here, eh? So have you got the scoop of the day?
Sorry?
You got the scoop of the day?
We're always getting scoops of the day. Scoop of chips.
Yeah.
That's it.
Huh.
Scoop of the day.
Are you tired of hearing lies and fake news on mainstream media? Do you find it insulting to your intelligence? Well, look no further. The WeAreChange talk show is here. President Trump has launched airstrikes on Syria. A lot of his prominent conservative supporters have turned against him after this action. Have you suffered human rights violations or been a victim of corruption? The WeAreChange talk show would like to hear about it. Phone the number on your screen today.
Who the hell's going to listen to a little guy? You guys are, thanks.
Yes, it's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And what I hope is they don't put a mother and a child in the house, because that child will die. And no one seems to believe me.
Once again, much love to everybody at WeAreChange, and I look forward to seeing you guys at more events in the future and working more closely with you.
Beautiful. Thank you very much for the call, my friend, and all the best of luck moving into the future.
Much appreciated.
Thank you, Jeff. Appreciate it. You know, the legendary Jeff.
Without the instrument of WeAreChange, we will not have a future. We will not have a country on room to leave to our children. We won't have children able to function in it. So be a part of it. Join it.
WeAreChange Melbourne gives those who mainstream media have ignored a voice, exposing corruption, injustice, human rights issues, and much more. WeAreChange Melbourne is the voice of the people.
Yeah, this is Jeff. Met Jeff for the first time I'd met Jeff. He too is a lovely chap, and he has a YouTube channel called WeAreChange Melbourne. So if any of these topics pique your interest, pop over to WeAreChange Melbourne and say good day to Jeff. You've seen that video that's just going past the interview, Enough is Enough. Watch that one.
Phone the number on your screen and be connected with the WeAreChange talk show.